Good evening and welcome to another fine episode of Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Two idiots, toast and a Berg, a camera and a toy and a review. Nice. Tonight we are reviewing
This is Super 7 Monkian from ThunderCats.
Wave 4 for those of you who are counting at home.
Came in at the same time as Wave 2.
That's right. Literally the same day they shipped to me.
Okay.
And 2 weeks ago I got Wave 3 Slide, if I remember correctly. So
Delays.
they're here. They're awesome. So this is Monkian, who is, in my vague memory, the quasi third in command of the bad guys in ThunderCats.
In addition to Slythe and...
There's Slythe, Monkian, and Jackalman, and I think Monkian and Jackalman were like on the same level, but Slythe always seemed to be the one in front of the two. In my terrible 30-year-old memory.
Sure.
Man, this has been the last year of the 80s toys, man. Got The Thing, American Werewolf in London, got my ThunderCats going. Awesome sauce. So anyway, let's take a look at everyone's favorite monkey.
All of the hair on his shoulders and head is really well sculpted.
Yes, and
Also his back hair.
back hair. And almost every inch of him has little hair. Like I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but he does have little tiny hair scratches everywhere because he is a hairy monkey.
There's a texture on the waist part too.
Yep. That does not look the same as the hair on him.
Correct.
So I appreciate that.
Paint looks clean. I don't think I've noticed anything wrong on this one.
I haven't noticed anything yet.
Okay. A little bit of silver there.
Yeah. So, yeah. He's a hairy monkey guy. I like his face portrait. He's got crazy monkey eyes and crazy mouth and yeah,
Painted inside.
painted on the inside.
Well done helmet.
Yeah,
Looks good.
I really like his feet. The bones and the way the skin stretches looks cool.
I got a piece of yellow. Hang on. It was not a paint mishap. It was yellow something.
Awesome. Even better. And I also like how on the sides the hair between his back and his front is not just painted but also sculpted. So very nicely done. I like it. We should point something out now, Mr. Toast.
What's that?
What did you say was going to happen with this guy? Because we just looked at maybe up here's Mumra the Ever Living.
I said we were going to be in a Grimlock situation.
What does that mean for our fans at home?
We looked at the better toy first. So even though this guy's great, comparatively,
Yeah, sure.
he's okay.
But yeah, he looks like Monkey, and he's going.
He looks just like he should.
Yeah, I'm happy with the paint and sculpt, and yeah, I just the way the short fur on his body is sculpted makes me very happy.
It's really well done.
Yeah,
All that detail in there.
yeah. Because they could have just done none of that,
Yeah, they could have.
but they didn't, so that was appreciated. Moving. So, as with all Super 7 Ultimates figures, he is highly articulated. He has a double paw peg head.
How are the joints? Are they stiff or loose?
They are nice and tight. They are
Okay.
not stiff. They are not loose.
Good.
They're right in that sweet spot. Due to his giant hair sculpt and his giant beard, even though he has double joints, he can't look up or down at all. I mean, I don't know if you can pick that up. He can swivel side to side, but he runs into his shoulder pads, shoulder fur, whatever. He can get his arms out. These are a softer plastic that is glued up around his neck, so they do get out of the way when he does that. He cannot go all the way around because they get in the way.
Still good range.
Good range. He has the weird bicep swivel on top and a Hasbro. So again, I'm not sure why they're doing that, but swivel wrists in and out. He has very forward diaphragm and like one, if they had clicks, it'd be one click back.
Somewhat limited range on the elbow up and down because it runs into the armband.
A little bit. I think it's a little bit. This one's a little bit more, but not much.
Okay.
It does have a waist swivel. He has ball jointed hips. This leg can get all the way around. They have knees, and he also has these top swivel knee, like we discovered in Mumra. And then he has a ton of range in his foot and has ankle swivels. This one I wanted to point out separately because this wrap is attached to his waist and wraps around his leg and is attached down at his foot. It is glued and pegged in, so you can still use but it gets in a little bit of the way, but it's not egregious that you can tell you can't tell the difference.
Sure.
But you can't spin this one all the way around. Not that you need to or anything. No. But just want to point that out. And but yeah, it's a nice design for that type of thing. They could have just sculpted onto his leg and it could have broken up the articulation or whatever. Or they could have just not articulated that leg. It was a clever solution. So yeah, he can get in a lot of good poses. All right, as all Ultimate Super 7 guys do, he does come with a bunch of accessories. He comes with a blaster, which is just a solid color. But if memory serves, that's actually how it is on the show.
It's probably cartoon accurate.
So, it's a decent enough sculpt.
It looks to me like something Liefeld would have drawn in the 90s.
Totally. Maybe that's where he got the idea from.
Maybe it is.
Toaster gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes with a Monkian shield with a great gold portrait and some rivet work and actual paint all over the place.
Looks nice.
And then he comes with 2 gripping hands, and then which go in and out, and then he comes with a left gripping hand that goes up and down for his favorite weapon according to the box, his Morning Star, which has a real working metal chain and has the painted silver metal from Third Earth as opposed to Sly's flat metal or Mumra's flat metal.
Yeah, that part confuses me.
And then he has 2 silver paint apps and a brown paint app on the handle. And he can hold it and swirl it around and hit himself in the face.
Nice.
And then he comes with 2 of the monster or scratching, clawing hands, which again have the cool hair and are actually somewhat sharp, surprisingly. And then he comes with a second non-screaming portrait, which looks just as good as the first. I can find no paint flaws except for that little scratches there and there, which, as far as I'm concerned, he's a monkey. He's climbing through trees and getting hit in the head. So that doesn't bother me at all.
I'm sure he got into a fight every episode.
Yeah. So yeah, there are the 2 head portraits.
I think I might like closed mouth.
I kind of like closed mouth too.
It looks like he might talk any second.
Yeah. And I do appreciate that somehow they painted his tongue inside the mouth.
Well done.
So my guess is this is a piece. They painted the tongue, which was a piece, and glued this piece on. And in case you're wondering, it does pop on and off. Super easy. Okay. So yeah, a more stoic, pensive Monkian.
Looks great.
So yeah, everything you would need or want from him.
There's also this, which we think is just a spare link. So I guess if either of the larger links fail, either at the handle or the ball itself, you could replace it.
Or they just gave us an extra link.
Yep.
But it was attached
Oh, weird.
on to this when I opened it out of the package. So if I got your link and your mace doesn't attach, hook me up, man. I will.
4 sets of size. We have Super 7 movie He-Man. We have Marvel Legends and Mattel Master of the Universe
Revelations.
Revelations.
So he is a 7-inch scale guy. He's going to fit in great with your Super 7 He-Man 7-inch figure guys. And for those of you who are speculating on the Thor Love and Thunder trailer that there's a third character standing next to Thor and Korg. Sometimes you just leave an empty space there. It's not always a digitally removed scrubbed character. So I'm throwing that out there because I'm sick of that argument. And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But who cares that you've realized that, oh, the shot's framed and there's a guy there? Idiots.
Who does care?
I had to get that off my chest.
All right. I'll keep it in.
Because I did the same exact thing, not realizing I didn't line up the shot right. Because I could have put a guy here.
So he'll go well with 6-inch figures too. That's why we brought in the captain.
Yes. Yep, he's great.
Price?
He was $45.
Oh, that's lower than I expected. Is that still the old Ultimates price?
Yes.
Because I've been saying that Ultimates for 50, but I don't know if that's
all the other ones have been that I've seen are 50, but he was 45.
Interesting. All right.
I just looked it up on my invoice.
Okay.
So, like the kids say, shock and awe, baby. Shock and awe.
Final thoughts. I was posing him. This isn't much of a pose, but I was going to put him into something more dynamic, and I realized he doesn't have toe articulation, which is mildly disappointing. I mentioned the Grimlock effect at the beginning. I'm trying to grade him in isolation, and he is a tiny bit boring aesthetically. I'll blame the cartoon for that, but he's just not as visually interesting as, let's say, Mum-Ra, but some other toys in general. And I will give him 4.5. I do think he is a good toy. He's just kind of boring a little bit.
Okay. He's not the ever-living.
He's not.
So, I am going to agree that he is not up to Mum-Ra, but for different reasons. As much as I like the sculpt and everything, I remember his shoulders being...
Woo! Review the toys, motherfucker! Sorry. I got bored. I'm sorry. They look cool. 5 out of 5.
So I'm going to say he's 4, not because he pales in comparison to Mum-Ra, but because I remember, and this could totally just be my terrible memory at this point, that he had longer arms and shorter feet. So, and I just remember him having a bigger chest and shoulder area, especially in the toy version. So I'm sure this is 100% show accurate, but my version of the show accurate doesn't quite match up. So he's a little bit not as big as I'd want him to be.
All right.
And when you compare him to his buddy Slythe,
The guy's a monster.
who is a monster. I just remember Monkian being as wide, and not because of his hair as Slythe.
I see. Okay.
So that's totally just me. It's not the toy's fault. But I gotta be honest. Otherwise, I love him. He's great. Could his shoulder articulation be better? Maybe, but I don't know how they would have done it the way they did. Like, they did it the best they could. Because
I think it's fine.
I would want a little more
Vertical?
vertical.
All right.
But yeah, he's 4. That's
Yeah.
a good toy.
It's still good.
And for the price and to complete your collection, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, in for a pound, in for a penny. What does that say?
Penny and then pound.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I've heard it both ways.
All right.
So yeah, there you go. Like, subscribe. Let us know if you have any thoughts. I'd triple dog dare you to try and beat Yarmo to the first comment. And yeah.
Wilson doesn't seem to care about some of the stuff that's tattooed on him.
No.
I don't understand.
Because he just wants 80s things tattooed on him.
Okay.
Could have a whole episode on Wilson's tattoos. It's a crooked He-Man.
Michael Myers.
Yes, Michael Myers. Does he have Ravage or Ratchet? I can't remember.
I don't think.
So anyway, there you go. Monkian, Wave 4.
Good toy.
Good toy. I know I have more guys on order. Who knows when they'll show up? And we'll take a look at them.
Sounds good.
Bye. Idiot just found on the floor. Well, smart guy found on the floor that idiot dropped. He has another gripping hand on the right side that goes up and down, so that you can match the box artwork where he's holding the mace in the other hand. So there you go. Even 4.5 now. It's kind of
Nice. All right.
God damn it.